5 names: Utah, Omaha, gold, Juno, sword. Each one was a gamble. It was a roll of the dice against Hitler's Atlantic Wall. On June 6, 1944, the Allies launched the largest amphibious assault in history. More than 150,000 men crossed the English Channel in a single day. Some landed on quiet sands with little resistance. Others stepped straight into machine gun fire, artillery, and chaos. Every beach mattered. But 2 would define the American war in Europe: Utah and Omaha. Utah Beach sat on the western flank. It was supposed to be deadly, with machine guns hidden behind flooded marshes and artillery zeroed in on the approaches. Then fate intervened. Strong currents pushed the landing craft nearly 2,000 yards off course. Instead of disaster, the mistake placed them on a lightly defended stretch of sand. General Theodore Roosevelt Jr. led the first wave despite his arthritis and a heart condition. He looked around and gave his famous order: "We'll start the war from here." By the end of the day, over 20,000 Americans had landed, with just under 300 killed. The landing at Utah Beach was a stunning success, not because of planning, but due to luck and fearless leadership. If Utah was a stroke of fortune, Omaha Beach was a living nightmare. American troops landed at the foot of steep bluffs packed with German bunkers and artillery. The first waves were cut to pieces. Tanks sank in the surf. Landing craft exploded under mortar fire. Men scrambled for cover behind obstacles. They were trapped on open sand with no way forward. By mid-morning, the landing on Omaha was collapsing. Commanders debated abandoning the attack entirely, but pockets of men refused to give in. Engineers blew holes in the defenses. Rangers clawed up the cliffs under heavy fire. Infantry squads inched forward, crawling through craters and scaling seawalls. Omaha was paid for in blood. More than 2,000 Americans were killed or wounded in a single day, but by nightfall, the beachhead held. It was the most expensive and most fragile victory of D-Day. Further east on Gold Beach, the British landed and attacked. German bunkers and artillery pounded the first waves, but British engineers pushed inland with unusual tanks nicknamed funnies, machines equipped with flamethrowers, mine flails, and bridges to smash through defenses. By afternoon, they captured Arromanches, where the Allies would soon build a massive floating harbor to keep supplies flowing. Gold was tough, but it became one of the most valuable victories of the day. At Juno Beach, Canadian troops faced some of the strongest defenses on the coast. The first landings were bloody, with tanks and men destroyed before reaching shore. But the Canadians kept pushing. By midday, they had broken through and advanced farther inland than any other Allied force. Their success came at a high cost, with over 1,000 casualties, but it proved Canada's strength on the world stage. On the far east, the British hit Sword Beach. Their mission was to secure the flank and push toward the key German stronghold of Caen. The landing went well, but by afternoon, German panzers counterattacked. Only with heavy naval gunfire and fierce resistance did the British hold the line. Caen wouldn't fall for weeks, but Sword stayed secure. By nightfall on June 6th, the Allies had gained all 5 beaches. The Atlantic Wall was cracked open, but this was only the beginning. Behind the beaches waited the hedgerows of Normandy, dense terrain perfect for ambush. Caen still stood, and Hitler was preparing to unleash his armored divisions in a desperate bid to throw the Allies back into the sea. D-Day was not the end of the war. It was the start of an even bloodier struggle for Europe's future.